Hi guys, so today is day 6 of 356 days challenge. So I have only 350 days to go. Uh, I'm shooting a day video after a really long time because my house is under a lot of renovation and I don't get time to shoot the video in my spot usually. And I'm showered yet. If you saw the last video, you would know. But all this is irrelevant. What is relevant is the title of today's video: Survival of the Fittest. This topic is kind of personal to me because I'm going through a phase of life right now where I'm deciding where my career is actually going. I genuinely don't understand where it's going myself, but I'm trying to figure it out step by step. Like I say in all my other videos, you cannot figure out anything on day one. You just have to take your goal, break it down into smaller sub goals, and make a way to reach there. But sometimes, is the goal appropriate to what you actually want to achieve, or is the route you have taken the right route to reach there? Is a question. I'll give you a great example, a personal example, which is the phase I'm going through right now. Before that, I'll give you a little context on survival of the fittest. You've heard this term in a lot of different places, from TV show titles to movie dialogues to is generally called the Darwin's theory or something. I don't exactly remember, which is survival of the fittest is basically like only the I'll give you some biological context too because it adds more context. So what happened basically is that all these species that have survived till now, basically the human species that we have right now, what happened is that the strongest mates choose to mate and had kids and they were strong. So I'll give you more context. So humanity evolved from apes or whatever our pretty ancestors were called, and strong humans found mates and weak humans did not find mates. So strong humans found mates and their gene got passed down, and their kids, whoever were the strongest, they got mates, the weak ones did not. So basically our pipeline has dialed down into only the strongest few who have ever survived the entire hard phase on earth. Their genes have been passed down, which means all of us are physically the fittest bunch of the group. But still, it's kind of funny to hear. But how this theory relates to life is that usually people have a goal and people are at a certain place. What happens is that to reach that goal, there are multiple pathways, and people usually take the pathways that they have the least advantage in, which makes the entire concept of survival of the fittest go in the drain. There's two ways to win in life. Either you have to be a best at something, or the other where everybody who's competing in you is of a lesser caliber than you. So it sounds similar, but it's not. So let me tell you, I'm not the best at, let's say, poetry. If I try to play my game in poetry, I'll probably mess up because I'm not the best there. But if you take software engineering as an example, I know software engineering, I'm better than almost 90% of people in software engineering, which means the majority of people in the game are below me, which means it gives me a natural top 10% advantage. I need to take a path which involves my natural advantage to be a proponent of my success. So I'll give you very wide context or very wide example. So most people in life, they want this fancy house. Let's say I want a house in, let's say, golf link road or whatever these posh communities are. In Chennai, it's this place called Alvapet, Poets Garden. And in Mumbai, it is Worli, it's Sea Link Road, and all these places, Malabar Hills, all these places where the richest of the richest live. People, let's say, if you want to buy a home there, it's gonna cost you some 30 crores, which means you need to have a net worth of at least 80 to 100 crores to buy a home there. For you to have 100 crores, there is so many different paths you can take to reach there. There's infinite pathways almost. But what are you naturally good at? I'll give you an example. So people with certain disabilities like ADHD, they have focus or they have capability to perform a certain task really well. But if you put them in a place which they genuinely don't understand, they're gonna suffer. A good example is Tare Zameen Par movie and a lot of different movies too, Math Geniuses and all these people. So do you have a natural advantage in something? A fish is not taught to swim, it just swims because its body can breathe underwater and its body is meant to swim. So what is your natural advantage? You need to choose that, and after choosing that, you need to stick to it and grow in it. This is a tough part. So let me give you an example. I want to be in tech and I want to build this big company and make myself worth $1 billion. There's so many different pathways I can take. One, go completely against the grain, try to build an AI startup in India, which is gonna be an ass kick. People don't give money to Indian founders, and if you need to raise money, you need to be this extreme prodigy out of IIT Madras who has a gold medal and has built a product with 100 users already, which is really tough for it to do. And being from a place where I know I cannot do that. So what is the second choice? Join a startup in India that has great vision and where you feel you have a way to add value to them. So that is the second way, which is easier than the first way, but my natural advantage applies there too, but it's not the best route. Where is the most optimal route? You go find a startup in Silicon Valley and you join there. A smaller company in Silicon Valley has a better chance of success than a fundraise company in Bangalore. That's just the numbers. You need to always be the group that has the best chance of survival for you to reach your goal. So I think I gave a little context about how survival of the fittest works. You need to find your survival of the fittest game and win there for you to win in life. If you're always trying to climb a tree as a fish, you'll never climb the tree and you'll never go anywhere in life. So this is pretty much it. I feel like the video is kind of dark, the video is kind of unscripted, it is not the usual flow I have, but I hope the video was good enough. And if you have any opinions, let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching the video. See you on day 7. Tomorrow is going to be 1 week of this stuff. So see you tomorrow. Bye bye.